Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So, I started a video, it didn't work, so I've already pulled cards. I have not looked at them, but let's get into it. So the first card that came out, we're using the Voyager Tarot, was the Moon, and it was in reverse. Followed by the Woman of Wands with Censor, and then the Six of Cups with Sorrow. And I heard the word honeypot when I looked at that. So let me see what the quick story is here, because I didn't look at them. All I keep hearing is bad religion, sorrow, mainly from the sorrow card. But which that song is all about the Job, and how there was a bet between God and the devil, and the devil said Job was his favorite human, and he was like, you know, he only follows you and does all these things because you always reward him with things. But if you took away all those things, he wouldn't have faith in you still. So God's like, all right, let's put a test. And so for Job, they put him through so many trials and just so many things. It was just such a shitty bet. As the song says, Father, can you hear me? Have I let you down? I curse the day that I was born and all the sorrow in this world. Let me take you to the hurting ground where all good men get trampled down, just to settle a bet that can't be won between a prideful father and his son. So that's what's coming up in this, is like a shit end of a deal, which the Moon was in reverse. And now I'm hearing between the prideful father and his son. And then it now goes over to the Woman of Wands with Censor. So how do we censor our ego? That's kind of what's, because after you've been, okay, so when you're in the Moon, in the illusion, the main thing that stands out on here is this statue. Something has happened that has caused a statue moment, a freezing. And then down here we got the wolf, and the wolf is calling out in sorrow. So this sorrow has caused this pain. It's actually, they're saying, you shove it down, you shove it down. They're almost showing like that in that song. He goes and he continues. He's like, you know, keep trudging, keep going. And this is saying, I'm hearing the wolf. It's like, cry out. I think what you need with this sorrow, because I keep getting just one event after another event after another event of something that just always keeps you at a loss, they're saying, in this sad energy. And that's not your energy. But for some reason, it just seems like life and circumstances just keep ending you the shitty hand of the deal. What Spirit really wants you to do is to speak up, to do that wolf call from your soul to the universe. Or what I'm getting is actually this woman one, where it says, your voice has to become loving. It can't be sharp and mean and meant to hurt others and tear everything down as you go. But I do feel like there is a nurturing, loving, hey, what the F? Because that's that censor. Something is being censored, and I feel like you should be in that. I don't want to say that you should be like overly abundant and like, you know, frivolous and things, but what I'm seeing in this energy is constantly getting like, you know, the wheel card. It means nothing stays forever. So what's good doesn't last, and what's bad doesn't last. The thing is, it's always cycling through. And so there's that wheel, the cycle. So if you are in a masculine cycle, and it's just masculine energy, it's just that there is a need to add in the feminine energy. And what is the feminine energy? The feminine energy is that nurturing and that loving. So if you've constantly had challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge, I feel like you used to be this vibrant fire energy, but it's frozen you now. Because it's like, should I really go out there and try again? Like I already, and now you're thinking the worst thought. You don't have the hope for the cycle to change, that the next thing that's going to come will be exciting, where there used to be that hope, right? 50-50 at least, especially with the wheel. Nothing bad can last forever. But I keep getting that something just over and over is really taking your spark or your hope. So how do we bring that back in? They say it's the honey pot over here. Sorry, I'm just going to grab my iPad because I need to look up a word. But with this honey, it's the feathers. It's really adding more of a feminine, I want to almost say sensual touch. It's not needing to force something with like an aggressive punch or push. It's almost like, you know, you just like put your hand on someone, like when you're talking to someone and they put like their hand on your shoulder and it just calms everything and makes you feel like everything's okay. That's the kind of energy that it's coming through. But okay, doesn't matter. Didn't apply to it, so we're gonna let that go. Okay, so back to the honey. Milk and honey, I'm hearing. This is all feminine energy, right? You take honey pot. What is that? That's another term for the female anatomy. And that's what the feminine energy is. It is honey. It is soothing. It is healing. Honey has so many healing properties that don't go bad either. It just sits there until you're ready to use it. I was told the other day never to use a metal spoon with honey because when you put the metal spoon in it, it takes away all the properties. So you're supposed to use either a wooden or ceramic, plastic even. Fairies are like, we don't want that, but nature. So yeah. How can you add in, and that's what the moon is. The moon was in reverse. So I always see the sun as like a masculine energy. It's fiery, it's hot. And then the moon has always been feminine. Not necessarily in some traditions. I take back what I just said. Because in Vikings, the moon was masculine. And Thoth is also the moon, and he's masculine. So why am I saying that? Why didn't I just let that stay in the back and let this one be feminine today? And that's what they're saying is this power struggle between masculine and feminine. And now they're even kind of bringing up a bit of feminism, how they want to be like, we can do everything that guys can do. And you can do anything. But when it comes to energy and what you are supposed to exude and how you could work effortlessly to bring about that change that you really want, it's not always beneficial for you to go out there and put on the hat of the energy that you're not comfortable in. Interesting. So back to this feminine, the Woman of Wands with the censer. They want me to really go into this one. They're like, you haven't even touched on the black cat yet. So I was like, you know how I said like, oh, the moon's feminine, oh, the moon's masculine. So I went into this card. I went to the black cat. Then it went to this face of this dancer. And she's doing right here, dancing in the sun. So the feminine energy kind of stood up and was like, no, we're claiming the sun power. We're the golden light. We're the honey. So, what is that dance called? It's like a dance they're showing me with this sensor. So it really does apply to working through the moon and the illusions and that lone wolf sorrow, and adding the flowers and the essence and the vibrancy to it. So this dance that they do, it's very hard. It's I don't even know which culture it is. It's Native American somehow. I don't know which Native American, if all of them do it or whatnot, but it's like that dance for the sun where they do it, I think almost like 3 days or something like that. But the whole purpose of it is to like work out all your burdens and like all the things within you. And the sun like burns them away. I believe dance is powerful in doing that. We have so much stalled energy in us, and then when you move your body, you can go out, you can do exercise, right? Sports, those kind of things. That's one way of it. But when you do dance, it's like taking that feminine energy, and I don't know, it's like a healing movement. So it's just a little bit of mindfulness on whatever action you're doing. Dancing really brings in that feminine soft touch, and that's what they really want. They want more of the flowers and the healing to come into your movement. They're saying I missed something on the moon, and so now when I went to the moon, it was both wings. And it's like half a wing doesn't make a whole bird that can fly. So we need to bring in the balance between the sun and the moon. And so what is the sun for you? Is it feminine? Is it masculine? Right? Each cultures are a little bit different. But in the end, healing has to occur. It's all about that letting the subtle flow through you in inspired movements. It's about taking that emotion, that sorrow. It could be happy, it could be any emotion, but in the cards here, it's saying sadness. So when you take that sadness and now add a rhythm, a movement to it, a song, a sound, something to your voice to speak up, that's powerful. That's healing. And so the moon is all about the waters and controls the ocean. And you're mostly made of water. Now they're bringing me to the dolphins in this partnership. Okay, so the partnership they showed me was in water, and they were like playing. They said it's so important to have that more play, and I think that's why they're like, yeah, you can go out, you can hit the gym, but if you're gonna go that way, we want you to have fun doing it. Don't be so intense all the time. That's why they want you to make a game of it. Whatever you do, just make a game, make it fun. And so when it went to the water, that's what they showed, is the dolphins playing and making time for that. And so when you do that, that's when more will join your community, right? Because they'll be like, well, I want to play that game. That looks fun. I like swimming and laughing and singing and dancing. So let's do it. The black cat, though, I don't feel like I've fully gotten the black cat's message. Let's pull one more card on the black cat, because it's just sitting there and it's just staring. Oppression. Okay, I didn't really need this card, because that's what I saw, is like, at the beginning it was about prideful fathers. There was so much masculine energy, and then this black cat's just sitting there like, hello, and there's something like a fingernail. Let's ignore the hand. The hand doesn't mean anything, but it's trying to like block it. It's like, this cat's like, hello, I'm looking at you. I need something, and that's where this oppression comes from. It's letting in that feminine energy. It's letting in the masculine energy too. But a lot of people have shunned the black cat as superstitious and scary. And they have also done that to the divine feminine. Absolutely. That's the oppression. So, in this story of Job, between the father and Satan, how can you bring in the divine feminine into this story? What divine feminine am I picking up in that story? It's not like a god or being, but it's Mother Earth. It's Gaia. She's the ultimate feminine goddess, right? She's loving and nurturing, and she'll take care of you. So as above there, the moon and the earth, she'll take care of you. There is a little bit of you needing to have faith in the universe and in something, a higher power, if you believe in it, right? That trust and that hope really keeps you, your compass set to there, due north. But when it comes to being in the earthly realm, which we wake up in every single day, the earth also provides everything that we need. And so when we start to show that gratitude and abundance for the earthly things that we need, then the above kind of works with it, the earth kind of works with it, then everything just flows and works. It really is taking off that blindfold and realizing, that's it. When you're here on your earthly plane, you have a lot of potential. You have a lot of power. Your mind is beautiful. And if you take your mind and you take your heart and you fine tune it to focus at the right frequency, you add in the above and stay grounded here, you can make miracles and things happen. Can't just rely on everything above giving you something, but you are here to work with the divine feminine or Mother Gaia and just censor this sorrow that's within you. Earth is a very heavy, dense place. It really is. We wake up every day and I'm just like, damn, it's heavy. This body, right? When you go out flying all night in your soul and you go do all your soul missions, for the record, that's the real work that you do. So when you wake up, you should enjoy your life. You shouldn't be stuck in sorrow and burden because you've already done the things that you're meant to do. Now being awake is for you to collect, kind of, if that makes sense. You're much, much more. So if you're stuck in this sorrow loop, I'm sorry to hear that, but you're very powerful. And so there is just a little bit of need of bringing in more of that feminine, inspired, nurturing energy to that hope and trust. With those two together, everything is possible. So we'll leave it there. I hope for whoever this is that you don't feel too much sorrow for too long, because no matter what's thrown at you, even if it is a challenge, even if it is something that is less than ideal, you add in that honey, that flowering energy, and you make everything beautiful. You add flowers to where you walk. So wherever you go, there will be a garden. And that will always make your heart smile. And the divine feminine will always be welcomed in that garden. So we'll leave it there. Have a good day. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.